Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for hanging out with me for another Try It Tuesday video. I am going to be starting the second part of my December daily project, which is a whole new album. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Hey friends, I hope you're having a great start to your week. I am going to work on story number 19 today, which is the first page of my brand new album, which is exactly like the first one. I just took it out of the packaging and it's got all the page protectors in it, and that's it. So I need to put my first story in there, and I'm going to work on story 19, which is about our modern nativity play that our kiddos put on at church, which was hilarious. It was definitely not your typical nativity story, and it was written by our worship director, and then his wife is our children's director, and she worked with all the kids on this, and it was so funny. So instead of an inn, this is Norah in a tent, and that's Joseph, who is super young and was not at all like doing anything he was supposed to, which is hilarious, of course. And it just, they didn't have any real speaking parts. It was, the way it was done was our worship pastor, Dan, he would do all the narrating and talking for them. So he'd be like, and Mary dropped her iron in surprise at the angel. And Norah, who was Mary, would like make a surprised face, you know? So they just had to basically listen to him telling the story and sort of do the actions that went along with it. It was hilarious. It was really, really funny. And so instead of the three wise men, there were carpenters or no, surfers. They were surfers. And then, yeah, it was just, it was such a good, it was so funny. So that is what the story is going to be about. And I really wanted to use this die cut insert here. And I felt like it was a great beginning to part 2. And then I thought I might put the pictures like on the back. And then at the end of this, we all sang, like right here, everyone's singing Away in a Manger. So this was what was handed out. It had the 2 other verses on it, but I cut them off. And I think I'm going to tuck it behind this photo and just have it be peeking out the top maybe. And yeah, I think I'm not really sure. I might maybe I'll back this with some patterned paper, or maybe I should just leave it plain, because this is such a colorful photo. I don't know that I really have much that's gonna make sense. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe the little animals. I'm not sure, but I love these I don't know what they are, wood pieces. But I'm going to just play around and see what I can come up with. I do know that I want to make this into a shaker pocket. So actually, maybe, no, yeah, I'm going to just have the front part be a shaker pocket. And that inspo comes from an Ali Edwards process video. I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, if you want to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Let's go. So I decided not to cut this all out because I want to show you what a fail looks like since this is Try It Tuesday. So I wanted originally to do a shaker pocket over the top of this die cut. So here I am using a page protector to make a big, huge shaker. And then I get it made and I realize that's not going to work for me because I still want to embellish what's underneath there. And it also looks too busy. So I ended up ditching the idea completely, even though I made this. So sad. But take 2. I didn't film myself putting the embellishments on the page that I wanted to use because I was frustrated at that point. So I did it off camera. And then I decided to use these dies to cut out a couple of stars and try to make little shaker pockets out of those stars, which was kind of a nightmare because that little one there that I made is way too tiny. It did not work. So I used the larger one, and I ended up going with just that one because the smaller one just looked really, really bad. So I did my best to fill in that star with sequins and make it its own little shaker pocket and still have like that sequin shiny effect, but it doesn't cover the whole page, and it still adds that sparkle that I wanted, even though the star is a little bit jacked up. So then I decided to work on the back part. The front part was finally done, and that took me so much longer than this video actually shows, because there's a lot of footage that I didn't share of me just trying things and getting frustrated. But that's life, right? Even here, I start to put down I took the red line tape and I outlined the edge of this semicircle and start putting down the trim, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to put the paper down first, you ding dong. So I pulled it up, voila, and find a great paper that's going to go there. It's from the Busy Sidewalks by Create Paper kit. I've used that pad a lot this year. And trim it around the back, punch the holes, and then you'll see me make yet another mistake. Oh, and first I'm going to put the ribbon on, which looks really cute. I love the pom-pom trim. It's a lot of fun. I think I picked that one up at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. So my idea was to put this square quad photo on the back and have it act as a pocket to house journaling and then the piece of the song. But when I flipped over the photo to trim it to fit the semicircle, I trimmed the wrong side, which is why that said epic fail. And so I ended up using my HP sprocket to print out the photos. Thank God I had that thing. Even though it doesn't print the best quality photos, it definitely did the job for this. So then, of course, I had to figure out how to make it these two small photos fit next to the other two photos and have it look like it was still sort of one big piece. And so I used lots of tape and some post-it notes. And in the end, it's not terrible. It's definitely janky, for sure. Definitely DIY'd with love. I can say that much. But I did achieve the overall effect, which was to have the 4 photos be the front and center focus and act as the main pocket. And then I found through these cards that Jenny Garcian sent me the reason for the season, which was perfect. And I did end up cutting up the Away in a Manger text so that I could journal on the back of that card because I didn't want to journal on the front. I added a tab to the top so that you would know to pull out, or not you, but whoever's looking at the album know to pull this up and that there would be journaling on the back. And so there I go, journaling. I wish I could write that fast in real life. And I chose a couple of the word stickers to embellish the tab section. So the back part says singing and the front part says rejoice. And then I embellish the rest of the papers with just a few things from the December daily kit. And then the white acrylic star that I use is it's from the Ellie Edwards shop, but I don't know what kit it came with. I just purchased them separately. So I just add those few finishing touches and I am finally done. But I think I worked on this project for at least 2 hours or so. But despite being frustrated, I really do enjoy this project so much. So friends, that was a bit of a hot mess. That took me way, way longer than I thought it would. And it was a lot of trial and error. And as you can probably see, I got frustrated and I did not film the part where I stopped with the idea of doing a full shaker and then embellish the side. So, I talked about it a little bit more in my voiceover, but here we are. I love the way it turned out in the end. It just took me a minute to get here. And so I like this idea of just embellishing the front with these random stars and this little star shaker pocket that I made, which was kind of a nightmare to make, but it's all right. It's okay. We're just gonna go with it. And then on the back is the actual photo and story. I love that I was able to use this puffy angel sticker because that is what Nora's little friend there was for the play. And then just chose to embellish the bottom with one of those vellum strips, and it just says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas, let your heart be light." You saw my debacle with this cutting the wrong side, and so I redid it. Thank God for my HP sprocket. Even though it's super old, it still obviously gets the job done. And I do love that I have rejoice here, and then this card, the reason for the season, and then some journaling. SCV kids performed their take on the nativity. Dan wrote and narrated this hilarious play, and Susanna directed it. I helped behind the scenes. Norah was Mary, and she did a great job. Everyone was super entertained, and the kids loved it too. And then I just put that we sang this as a church at the end of the play. And so that, my friends, is the tale and the story of trying all the things and failing at some of it, and things turning out differently than you anticipated, but still embracing it. And I actually still really like it. And the reason I chose to incorporate this red pom-pom fringe is because that is what is in the beginning of my part 1 December daily album. So this one was mostly products from the December daily kit and any add-ons that I purchased. This pattern paper was not, and of course this pocket card, which came from Jenny Garcia, and the ribbon as well. But for the most part, stuck to the December daily items, and yeah, I love how it turned out. Once I got there, it worked itself out. So you'll have to let me know what you think, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. And also be sure to comment below maybe how you would have done a shaker pocket differently. I actually think this was just the right amount of sequins, and the overall shaker pocket over this whole piece, it just looked too busy. So, but that's my opinion. Let me know what yours is, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, friends. Take care of yourselves, and remember that you are enough. Bye. Okay, I literally finished wrapping up the video and did the outro and found this star and didn't know I had it. So I switched it out. It was this one, and I like this a lot better. So I just wanted to come on again real quick and just share that with you. Okay, for real this time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.